Why do lenses like the one on my camera here or the ones in my eyes flip images? Or do they at all? Believe it or not, this is much easier to understand than you might think. Light is reflecting off objects all around us, and although we're used to seeing diagrams where light is represented as a single line, that's pretty misleading. If I were to shine a laser pointer at a mirror, then maybe it would be fair to use a line to represent the light because we've got a single beam hitting a mirror and reflecting perfectly off of that surface. But that's not really how light works in the real world. Instead, we have much larger light sources that are shooting a larger beam of light at objects, and when that light hits an object, it's usually scattered everywhere. That's because the light is not bouncing off as a single beam, it's bouncing off in all directions like a wave. Now, everyone knows that camera lenses or the lenses in our eyes are required to focus the light to create a sharp image. But let's talk about why that is. Without a lens, your camera's sensor would be picking up light reflected off of every object in front of that sensor from every direction on the entire sensor at the exact same time. Of course, the sensor would be receiving a lot of light, but every pixel would be getting an almost identical reading. Now, pinhole cameras work without a lens, but they still flip their images. They work by blocking the majority of light rays that are bouncing off of objects and instead only allow the light rays to enter from a very small point right in front of the sensor. The waves of light being emitted from the top of an object will be blocked from the top of the sensor, but as you can see here, the pinhole allows the light to hit the bottom of the sensor. The light waves from the bottom of the subject will also be blocked from hitting the bottom of the sensor, but again, you can see the hole is allowing light to hit the top of the sensor. Now, keep in mind all of these diagrams are two-dimensional, but this is happening in 3D. This is happening up, down, and left and right. If you're still having trouble understanding, imagine you were looking through a peephole and you want to look higher. You want to look at the ceiling on the other side of the door. To do that, you would have to crouch down and look up to see through that peephole. If you wanted to look down, you'd have to stand up taller and look down through the hole. And if you wanted to look to the right, you'd have to move to the left. And if you wanted to look to the left, you'd have to move to the right. That is going to allow your eye to see those light rays that are being blocked by the majority of the door. Now, pinhole cameras don't allow much light into the camera, and they don't produce very sharp images because instead of focusing the light, they're simply blocking out the majority of the light rays that would cause an even blurrier image. If we want to take advantage of more of the light rays in the scene, we can use a lens to focus those light rays onto a sensor or onto a piece of film. Obviously, lenses will get us brighter, sharper looking images, but they're not changing the direction of those light rays. We still have objects towards the top of our frame shining down towards the bottom of our sensor or the bottom of the back of our eye. And on the bottom part of our scene, we have objects reflecting light outward, which is hitting the top of our sensor or the top of the back of our eye. So it's not really the lens or the pinhole that's flipping the image, it's just the nature of light. It likes moving in a straight line, and if we're recording light that's coming from up above, it's going to hit our sensor down below. Wow, learning new things is fun. Honestly, I didn't even know this until a few days ago. I've been learning about lenses for the last few weeks. This is new to me as well. But if you enjoy learning, check out fstoppers.com. It's a photography tech blog. We do content like this for free every single day. And if you're a professional photographer, check out our store at fstoppers.com/store. We have very long, in-depth tutorials on every genre of photography imaginable. We also have tutorials on software. We just recently released a tutorial with PyJurza on Lightroom. If you're looking to edit large groups of photos more quickly, definitely check out that tutorial. We also just the other day released a new tutorial with Mike Kelly. If you're familiar with his Where Art Meets Architecture series that we've done in the past with him, that's really geared towards professional photographers in the real estate and architectural photography industry. But this new tutorial is geared towards beginners or people who want to take pictures of their own homes or rental properties. Again, if you're interested in this sort of thing and you want to take your work to the next level, check it out.